世间万物缘起缘灭，来是偶然的，做是必然的。
I view death as a passage to the next journey. Every night we have to go to sleep. Every day the sun sets. It's part of nature.
我们做这一行的就尽量压住我们的情绪，能去做我们的工作。
It's 7 in the morning. Mr. To makes his way to Chua Chu Kang Cemetery, the way he's done for the last 3 decades. It's another journey into the world of taboo, hidden from view and shunned by many.
有时候听到一些古古怪怪的声音，看到一些不该看的东西啊，反而是我们做这一行去跟人家接洽的时候，反而会有一点好像很低级，这样好像很怕人家用另外一种眼光看我们啊。
Mr. To is one of Singapore's last few gravediggers. He owes his job to urban redevelopment in land-scarce Singapore, where former cemeteries are cleared to make way for modern amenities. By 1985, Mr. To and his team of gravediggers exhumed close to 120,000 graves under the Housing Development Board's instruction. Some of them were reburied in the only cemetery in Chua Chu Kang, while the rest were cremated and stored in the columbarium. Mr. To has sent many on their final journey and given them a permanent resting place. The encounter of bones and stigma of death is just a normality in his life now. But that wasn't the case when he started out.
我进入这一行已经有30出年了，第一次是有点怕了，慢慢已经习惯了就好像说不当一回事了。
Despite it being a low-status job, Mr. To did not mind how others viewed him. To him, it was an honest job that could feed his family. According to him, it's always important to choose an auspicious date for exhumation first. What comes next is the engagement of the priest according to the family's religion before the first phase of exhumation. The family of the ancestor has to be present to inform the deceased.
你有时候会挖到一些好像整具没有腐烂的，因为那个 NEA 的条例是这样 ，NEA 条例是好像他的尸体没有腐烂的话就需要多买一副棺木装进去才可以火化的，这个是 NEA 的条例。
Mr. To is not the only one who makes a living through the dead. There are about 25 funeral providers in Singapore. They look death in the eye on a daily basis. Some take it in their stride, others have become desensitized, while some are even proud of what they do.
如果由我们的佛教来讲，我们这个工作是伟大的。他们佛教说，如果没有你们这行业的人来做，那么往生者要怎么办？
Madam Kwek is a local funeral director working in Boon Boon Swee Kee Undertaker, and her working hours are never fixed.
24小时的服务，一定要带做，不可以说我要睡觉，我等早上才来，不可以的。
The funeral director handles everything, from helping in the selection of caskets to planning the schedule of the funeral procession.
师傅说在那个山房那边，他说有一个师傅负责的。
Meanwhile, the body is sent for embalmment. This is where Andrew comes in. Andrew is an Australian embalmer who has worked in Singapore for more than 6 years. He works for Ang Yu Seng Funeral Parlour as a professional embalmer. His father used to manage funeral homes in Melbourne, and from the age of 8, Andrew grew up living in funeral parlours. Having married a Singaporean Chinese woman, Andrew brought his profession here and quickly picked up some local funeral customs, like how to respectfully unclench a deceased fist, or the need to place pearls in the deceased's mouth.
Putting the pearl in the mouth is to help the deceased pretty much talk their way out of going to hell. A few weeks ago they actually had about 7 pearls, and that was an Indonesian tradition, in the eyes, ears, nose and mouth. It's just one of those traditions that's been carried on through generations and people still practice.
Embalming is an art of preserving human remains to forestall decomposition. It makes the deceased presentable for a public display at funerals, some of which can go on as long as a week. Even though his clients are no longer alive, Andrew ensures the deceased looks his or her best. It's a mark of an embalmer's job well done. However, in a job intertwined with death, there is bound to be a brush with the paranormal.
One day when I was embalming a body, and a very, very dark, almost black shadow came on my side and walked through me, and I actually felt the weight go through me and then out the other side. And it was something I couldn't explain, and I thought it was a person coming into the mortuary.
Like the landscape of Singapore, the face of the funeral industry has seen drastic changes in recent times. What started out mainly as family businesses between some 50 families has expanded rapidly. Now even young professionals want a piece of this lucrative evergreen pie.
When we decided to come into this industry, it was basically we saw that there was a gap in the service standards of what was being given to customers at this time of need, and what was actually being done overseas, where we saw that the standards of bereavement care was much higher than in Singapore, although being a first world economy. This is very much a neglected industry, and we felt that with our expertise and experiences, we could fill this gap and the needs of our clients.
Being the only funeral company which is ISO and Case Trust aggregated, Mr. Hu and his workers are determined to bring this industry to a higher level. Some of the services they provide range from night security to exclusive send-offs. Research has shown that this is a thriving and profitable business. An average of 3 funerals are held a day, and the average cost of a funeral parlour rental is $300. In 2008, there were some 17,000 deaths. That meant the local funeral industry took in a staggering $100 million in business earnings. Mr. Hu is one young entrepreneur hoping to cash in.
Instead of hiding behind a veil of mysterious, taboo authority and tell people what you should want and not be transparent about it, people are becoming more knowledgeable. They find out information much easier, where previously it was like only I know. It's a best kept secret that with this secret I could command high prices. This market is growing. It's a trend that you can't reverse.
But Madam Kwek feels the newer generation who want to get in on the action lack the knowledge and know-how.
他们以为这一行业很好赚，不过他没有踏进来这一行业之前，他听人讲棺材很好赚，他不知道棺材里面我们棺材店开棺材店里面有什么东西，蛮多东西要做。如果他们有接到生意，他们什么一窍不通，他就把他这个生意丢给那个寿本店。
Nevertheless, competition is expected to be stiff in the coming decades. Regardless of the differences in modern and traditional practices, all morticians share the same aspiration: to send the dead on their final journey with everything done as peacefully and beautifully as possible.
因为有的他对这行业兴趣，那么我是来试试看，觉得兴趣啊，蛮好的啊，好像也是运动啊，也是做一点好事啊，那么我们就做了。
For the reason why I'm in it and I enjoy doing what I do, it is to a degree like an art form, and that's where my passion lies, is working in that side of the industry.
In a way, this is an ironic industry. Cold bodies are restored to their beauty for all eternity. This is done by a noble few behind the scenes, with calmness, precision, and above all, a gentle affection, to give the dead a dignified final send-off.